Namaste everyone. Today I'm going to discuss a new topic with you all, that is probability. You must have heard about this topic in your previous class also. Fine, let us once go through the basics. First of all, let us discuss the meaning of probability. Fine. For example, if I say it may rain today, that means I'm not sure that it will rain because I cannot say. So there are chances that it may happen. For example, like I think I will be able to clear the exam. Now I think, that means I'm not 100% sure. Fine. So this is probability, where we can just find out the idea that something will happen or not. Fine. So let us discuss some terms related to that. First is experiment or trial. Now we use this term in science also. What is experiment? Where we are not sure about the result. We just try to do something, then after experimenting we came to know about the result. Fine. So trial also the same meaning, that we are trying to do something but we are not sure about the result. So in probability, like the events which we'll be considering, they are also a kind of experiment. Like if I toss a coin, head or tail, any one thing may come. So I am just experimenting. I am not sure that which thing will come. Fine. So experiment can be of two types, random or deterministic. Now random experiment is what? These all terms I am explaining you with the help of examples only. No need to go in the detailed definition, right? For example, now if I talk about random experiment, if we have a fair coin. Now fair coin means one side head and one side tail. If I toss it 3 to 4 times, I'm not sure that head may come or tail may come. Fine. Every time a different outcome may come, right? So that is called a random experiment, that when we are tossing a coin, every time the output is unpredictable. We don't know, maybe all 4 times same head may come, or every time it is a different outcome, but we are not sure about the outcome. So that is called a random experiment, right? Second is deterministic experiment. Now deterministic, as I have written, unfair coin. Now what is unfair coin? Where the both sides of the coin has same thing, either head or tail. Suppose it has both sides head. So whether I toss it 2 times or 100 times, I know every time head will come. So I know about the outcome. That's why it is called as deterministic experiment. Here the outcome is unpredictable. Here the outcome is already predicted, that what is going to come. Fine. Next thing is event. Now what is event? As you can see, a possible outcome. Like again, let us take the example of coin. If I toss a coin, then that coin may bring head or tail. So that is the possible outcome. So in tossing a coin, we can have two events, head or tail. Likewise, we'll discuss more examples. Now again, events can be of two types, elementary and compound. Now elementary event, suppose if I toss a single coin, I may get head or tail, right? But if I toss 2 or 3 coins together, suppose 2 coins together, then I can have either HH, that means on both heads, then first head and second tail, then first tail and second head, then both tails. These 4 are the possibilities, right? So this is called as compound event, where the outcomes are combination of more than one events. Fine. For example, here you can see 2 are there. It can be 3, it can be 4. That can be called as compound event. And if we have just single, that is the elementary event. Clear? Now let us come to the formula of probability. The formula says favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Now if I take the case of one coin, I know the total possibilities are head and tail, that means there are two, right? And if I suppose I want the probability of getting a head, here this E denotes an event that we have already discussed. So probability of getting a head will be equal to, now how many heads are there? Only one. So favorable cases are 1 and total are 2. So favorable outcomes upon total outcomes, right? Similarly, if I talk about two coins, as we have written the outputs here, if I ask you a question that find the probability of getting two heads when we toss two coins, so you can see here total cases are 4 and two heads are coming in how many cases? Only one. So in that case the probability will become 1 upon 4 because favorable case is 1 and total are 4, right? Now there are some important results which you should know. First of all, probability always lies from 0 to 1, or if we talk about the percentage form, it can be 0% to 100%. It can be written like this. That means now my probability, because generally we calculate the probability and the answer comes in fraction form. Now we are saying it is always greater than 0 and less than 1, or equal and equal also. It can be equal to 0 and equal to 1 also. It means it cannot be less than 0. That means our probability can never be negative, right? And as we are saying between 0 and 1 it lies, so the fraction should always be a proper fraction, like 2 by 3, 4 by 5, means my numerator should always be less than or equal to the denominator. It cannot be more than. Suppose I write 5 by 2. This cannot be the probability. Clear? Because it will become 2 point something and we are saying the maximum value of probability is 1. Right? So this cannot be a probability of anything. Coming to the second result. If the probability of any event is 1, that is called as sure or certain event. Now when the probability will come 1, suppose I take, let's say I have a bag, in that I have green balls, 3 green balls, right? Now I am saying what is the probability of getting a green ball. Now if you see, total cases are 3 and favorable cases are also 3. So 3 upon 3, that will be 1. Now why we are saying it as a sure event? Because I know when the bag contains only green balls, it is sure that whichever ball I will take out, it will be a green only. So that's why it is called as sure event. Fine. When my favorable cases are equal to the total number of cases, that probability becomes the sure. Means we will be getting the value of probability as 1 and that event will be called as sure or certain event. And if the probability is 0, again let us take the same example. If I have a bag which contains 3 green balls and I ask you what is the probability of getting a red ball. Now I know that there is no red ball in that bag. So my favorable case will become 0 and total are 3. So 0 upon 3 will become 0. So that's why the probability will be 0. So that is called as an impossible event, because I know that there is no red ball. So this type of event is not at all possible. So the probability will be 0 and it is called as impossible event. Fine. Now last result. P of E means probability of getting E and E dash means not E. For example, if I say probability of getting a head is 1 by 2, then probability of not getting head, this how can I find out? 1 minus probability of getting of same thing. means I am saying probability of not getting a head will be equal to 1 minus probability of getting a head. Fine. So from here we have derived the formula that probability of E plus probability of not E is equal to 1. Means the sum of probabilities is equal to 1. For single event, if we talk about probability of happening that thing and probability of not happening of that thing, that will be, the sum will be equal to 1, right? So these things will be made clear to you with the help of examples. I hope you have an idea now that what basically these terms means. Fine. Now let us discuss some terms, or you may say some things which are going to be used in your this chapter, right? First of all, coins. Now coin, you all know that a coin has two faces, head and tail. Fine. So if I talk about one coin, it will have how many outcomes? Head and tail. Fine. If I talk about two coins, how many outcomes will it have? Head, head, as I discussed earlier also. So total 4 outcomes. Similarly, if I have 3 coins, then I will have 8 outcomes, right? Let us see how. I am just giving 2-3 examples. The outcomes can be head on all, then HTH, then HTT. Similarly, you will have total 8 cases that you need to write on your own. Fine. Now coming to dice. Now what is a dice? You must have seen when you play Ludo. You have one, dice which has numbers 1 to 6. So that same we are going to use in this. It has number 1 to 6 and at different faces. So that means the total outcomes, if we toss one die, the total outcomes will be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in case of, if the dice is 1, the outputs will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I take 2 dice, now the outcomes will be how? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Now what is the meaning of this? That on first die 1, then second can be 1. First we have fixed 1, then second can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Similarly we can fix 2, 1, 2, 2 and so on. So at last we will have at end 6, 6. So in this case we will have total 36 cases. Fine. So you have to try these outcomes on your own. Now coming to cards. We will be using the concept of cards also. So you must be knowing how many total cards. Let us discuss once. Total we have 52 cards, out of which 26 are red, 26 are black cards, right? Now red we have of 2 types. You must have seen these shapes. This is also red color, red color. This is called as diamond. This is called as heart. Similarly in black, this is called as spade and club. Now I am discussing only one category in detail. The same categories you can have. Fine. So in diamond, when total 13 cards are there, on one card number 1 is not written, it is written A, and this A is called as Ace card. Fine. Then we have 2 to 10. These are called as numbered cards. And then 3 cards we have King, Queen and Jack. These 3 are called as face cards. Fine. So if we see overall, in all 52 cards, we will have how many ace? 1 in this, 1 in this, 1 in this and 1 in this. So total ace cards will be 4. Similarly, numbered cards will be, now here it is 9. So total numbers if we see, 9 in all categories. Similarly, if I talk about the total face cards, now 3 in each means total we will have 12 face cards. And if I ask how many red face cards, that will be 3 plus 3, 6. How many red kings? If I ask how many red kings, one of this, so total 2. Fine. So based on these, you will get different types of questions. So you should be very clear about the total number of things and the favorable cases.